Welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blerdsnerds podcast. I'm Shannon.
I'm James.
I'm Jaja.
And we're back bringing you all our thoughts on everything happening. I don't know why I always mess up the intro. On everything happening in nerd culture. Welcome back to another week, guys. We have a lot going on this week. Before we get into nerd news, what are some nerdy things you guys have been up to?
All right, I'm gonna go first this week because again, I've had a pretty lackluster week. Been playing a lot of Avowed still. I got out of the beginning area. I'm on the second area of the game. Having fun with that. The story is kind of a lot of dialogue to take in. It's a lot of dialogue. Sometimes the story is just dragging and it's not really talking about anything super important.
Okay.
But other than that, the combat and the gameplay is pretty good, so I'm having fun with that. And I have been messing around with. I went back to this game that I was playing, Roller Drone. It's like this game where you're in this arena and you're on roller skates and you have a gun and it's like a half pipe. There's like a whole bunch of like skating. I guess the setup is like a skating arena. You're going up half pipes and you're doing all these jumps and there's enemies around the board and the object and you gotta like shoot them and you have the ability to slow down time and you can do tricks to get your ammo back.
What?
So
what's that called? What's it called?
Roller Drone. Roller.
I typed something completely different in.
So yeah, it's not a very well-known game, but it's pretty fun. Once you get used to the controls, like you can like it's actually a pretty like fun game. So I've been just messing around with that.
Okay.
And then keeping up with Paradise. I watched the first episode of Daredevil. I have not watched Invincible. Shame. But I'm down to hear your thoughts if you watched it. And yeah, that's it for my nerdy things.
Okay, so what are we on? Like week 99? No Final Fantasy. No.
Coming. Don't worry.
No Crimson Desert either. I'm surprised. Well, Avowed is a long game. I wouldn't be like. I feel like that is the RPG that you're playing right now, right?
So I was gonna get Crimson Desert this week.
Bless you, James.
But apparently the Xbox. I don't know if everyone is getting the deal, but a lot of people are. It's like a special for you deal. They have these deals like regularly, but this month, Xbox, the console is on sale. And
nice.
When I first checked it at the big, like I want to say a week ago or 2 ago, I meant to mention it last week. I could have sworn they were like 50% off, like 40-50% off. But now that I go back to it, it's more like 30-40% off, which, I'll take it. So I'm looking to probably cop that.
Upgrade your nice
in the next couple of weeks. So that's what's held me back from buying Crimson Desert. But I did buy this game, Risk of Rain. It was another for you deal that I just had to take because the deal was so good. It's a roguelike. The first one is like a 2D shooter, and then the second one is like a 3D third-person shooter. You're pretty much going around killing enemies, getting upgrades, and doing the loop that roguelike loop where you're getting random upgrades and just your dude becomes super powerful if you can stay alive for that long. So yeah, it's a good game.
That's cool. Wow. Your taste in games is like very wide. I feel like you'll play anything. So weird. Well, it's not weird. Sorry. It's different. That's not what it was. Yeah. James, what have you been up to?
Unfortunately, not any JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because for some reason they have a crazy release schedule. So they made the first episode. They don't even know when they're going to drop the second episode. So
really? That's
yeah. Netflix. Okay. Count your days. Don't make me apply and go work at Netflix because somebody over there does not have to get together. But yeah, in interviews with the director, they're saying the second those episodes coming, we're not exactly sure when. But they finally posted a trailer for it, maybe like yesterday or the day before.
Okay.
But I mean, even that just says 2026. So at some point this year, they're going to release the next episode. I don't know why they do JoJo so dirty like this.
That is really crazy because why release the first episode if you don't have a solid release schedule for the other episodes? What's going on over there?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Huh.
But they did a similar thing. So they released the previous part of JoJo's in batches, which was terrible because, it was spaced out. So it's hard to get like any real pacing of how to watch something because like you get a batch of episodes, a couple months, another batch.
And that's not good for
usual weekly format. So the previous part was weekly format. When it was still on, JoJo's was still premiering on Crunchyroll. But now it's with Netflix. They've been doing some insane things.
That's not good for engagement either. Like people are still going to watch it, but it's like if you have to come back Oh, is JoJo's here today? Nope, not this week. So let me check again next week. Up, nope, still not there. That's not good. Yeah, it's weird.
So don't know what's going on with that. Let Netflix get it together. But I did watch JJK, the final episode. They went out with a bang. Pretty much nothing but smoke. I mean, there was a lot of some text walls and stuff like that going on, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected at this point. Not Vigilantes yet. The dub hasn't started airing back. It may have came out by now, but last time I checked, I didn't see any new dubbed episode. And I watched the third episode of Universal, so I'm actually just behind one.
Oh, okay.
Gaming wise, Rivals, I might take a little break from Rivals. This new season, there's some updates going on. It's some guys in my rank that I don't think are actually in my rank. I think they bought accounts from somebody else because they are playing not pitifully. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad right now. But I am playing Dead by Daylight still. There's a event going on. It's called Blood Moon, so it's like an end game event. They have a special game mode going on, so that's been fun. And then Red Dead Redemption, I'll play some more of that. No Ratchet and Clank this week, but maybe this coming week since I won't be on Rivals as much. I'm gonna let the dust settle before I get back on Rivals, and then the people that's actually in the same rank as me are playing in games because I have no idea what's going on. Chainsaw Man, finally, that's done. They completed the series.
And how did it end for you?
Awful, absolutely awful. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was not expecting you to say that. Actually, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I feel like you were like half in, half out on Chainsaw Man anyway, so I'm not even surprised.
I liked it. It was just like they would take weird directions like at random times.
But it ended horribly.
The ending was genuinely bad. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I mean, if anybody is planning to watch it, comment, let us know your thoughts if you enjoyed it. I haven't seen a single person that has enjoyed that ending though.
Okay.
Yeah, I could tell like when the last chapter dropped, because it was in a strange place. I was like, how is there just one more chapter left of this? So yeah, it's that wasn't it. But I mean, the first half, they were absolutely cooking. And I'm caught up in One Piece manga. Physical books, I finished Astrophysics for People in a Hurry. That was by Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was about space, like the creation of the universe and stuff like that. So it was pretty chill read. And now I'm reading, it's called If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies, Why Superhuman AI Would Kill Us All. So it's like a commentary on,
that sounds like a good one.
Bad places that AI could go. Yeah. So another scientific study. It's written by scientists that actually do study AI and stuff like that. So not just some random dude.
What's the author's name?
Let me double check.
Okay, that sounds like something I would want to read.
Yeah, but it was a long wait for it on the library app that I use. It's a collection of artists. So pardon me if I butcher your names because I know y'all are listening. Eliezer Yudkowsky and Nate Soares.
I don't even know how to spell that. You're gonna have to send that to me.
I'll send it to you. But yeah, it's interesting so far. I'm about a third of the way through. So they're kind of outlining like some of the downside that AI could lead to. Well, superhuman AI could lead to, not just the current AI that we have, but let's say it evolves past this point that we're at. Kind of some of the unintended directions that things could go. So they are outlining, hey, what are some of the drawbacks? So it's not just everyone just glazing AI all the time. So I think it's good to get both sides of the coin. So yeah, I'm checking this out, seeing what these experts have to say.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's it for me.
No Daredevil for you? Oh wait, no, you did not. You weren't watching Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't even watch Daredevil.
I forgot. Yes, you.
I might start playing them with Marvel Rivals once I start playing that again because I mean he's still broken.
Okay. I forgot. You definitely are not on the Daredevil train. Okay, so what have I done? I'm caught up on JJK. Right? Episode 12 was the last episode. Okay, so I'm caught up. It kind of ended. I don't know. Honestly, I was like half in, half out paying attention. It did get good towards the end, like with the action and stuff. So I was in. I don't know if I wouldn't say I'm necessarily enjoying JJK anymore. Tolerating it is more where I would say that I am right now. I liked it. I didn't love it. And it ended when it ended, I was like, oh, it's over. That was the last episode. But then we're not getting I thought that are they still releasing this season in parts? Because I read somewhere that they were not releasing it in parts. They are releasing it in parts.
So it's like the first part of the longer season. So I think it's going to be 24 for this season total.
When is part 2? When is part 2 supposed to be coming out?
I don't think it's a hard set date. I'm not even sure if there's a year.
So if it's not coming out in the same year, it's not a part. It's just a season. This is season 3, and then season 4 is going to come out next year. I don't know. That's just how I feel about that. Like when I think of something coming out in 2 parts, I'm like, oh, you got to wait a couple months for part 2 to come out. If I'm waiting till 2027, we're in March right now. That's season 4. So let's not use that language. I don't like that. But if part 2 is not coming out till next year, quotes, we don't really know. It kind of ended like really abruptly, and I was like, "Oh, that's the end." I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you feel like it? Did you feel like
it wasn't like a cliffhanger? It was like there's clearly more stuff happening that
Yeah,
we don't know about yet. So,
it
but
just
yeah,
felt like a.
reports here are saying that it could be delayed out until 2027. So it might be a while before we get this.
So that's the season 4. I'm just gonna go ahead and say season 4 because that's kind of wild. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. So I'm caught up there. I'm attempting to catch up on Freya now, although I meant to catch up on it this weekend, but I didn't get a chance to catch up on it. I think I'm on like episode 7, so I don't have that much left to go. But I'm getting there. I watched Invincible. Episode 4 dropped this last week. James, I don't think you're gonna like episode 4, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
But because it's
That
like
one ended on the for sure cliffhanger.
so episode 3 ended on a cliffhanger.
3 ended on a
Episode
cliffhanger.
3 ended on a cliffhanger. Episode 4 is about something completely different, and I don't think you're
Some
gonna like
random
it.
goings on. Dang.
Yeah,
I'll
some
still
random
watch it.
goings on. I mean, it's connected to the larger story, obviously, but it's just very jarring. I'm just like, when you watch it, you'll be like, oh, why are we took a different direction, but it's like for the whole episode. So I was like, okay, so just be prepared for that. I watched Daredevil. The first episode of season 2 premiered this week. I don't know, Jaja, we could talk about it a little bit now since James didn't watch it. I'm just gonna give my thoughts. I wasn't really bought in on the first episode. I didn't really like it that much. Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
You loved it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I didn't like it that much.
I don't know. I'm excited because for what's happening in Daredevil, and I don't know if you heard about some of the stuff that might happen in the future.
Oh yeah.
So Mike Coulter was at MegaCon, and he was talking about bringing back Luke Cage. So we all know Jessica Jones and Iron Fist are supposed to show up in Daredevil season 2. So
Wait, Iron Fist is supposed to show up too? I did not know that.
apparently, yeah. So
I think we should forget about him.
I
Forget
agree.
about Iron Fist.
But if we need Iron Fist to bring back the Defenders, I'm down. So after
I don't want the Defenders.
the
I don't want the
Defenders are
Defenders to come
supposed to
back.
come back as a
I don't want them.
there's
I don't want them. Nope.
I heard because there's a comic series called Heroes for Hire, where it's Luke Cage and
Yeah.
Iron Fist teaming up and being a duo. So they're talking about bringing back that show and having everybody in it again. So I'm just excited for the Daredevil train.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm excited. I knew that Jessica Jones was going to be in this season, and I am excited for the season. The first episode, I don't know, it just did not grab me. Well, I don't know. I guess because I don't know. It didn't grab me. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season, but I don't know. I don't know what it was about the first episode, but I was just trying to follow what was going on, and I was just like, but yeah, but I'm sure the rest of the season is going to get better. But I'm not looking forward to seeing Iron Fist. Did not know he was going to make his appearance, but that's fine. The same actor? Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. So we'll see what Daredevil brings. Interesting for them to want to bring back the Defenders. Just do it a lot better. Do it better than you did it. Do it better than Netflix did it. That's all I'm saying. And then what else did I do? Oh, I've still been playing Kingdom Hearts 1 again, because I started my replay on Proud Mode, which has still yet again been frustrating me. Proud Mode is hard, obviously, because it's hard mode, but it's been stressing me out. I have never struggled in Kingdom Hearts before, and I've been struggling, but I made some leeway yesterday when I was playing. I played for a couple hours, and this is the first time ever in my many Kingdom Hearts playthroughs where like I was stuck on a boss and I had to leave that area, go do another area, and then come back to finish the boss of the other area that I was having problems with. It was kind of crazy. I was like, this has never happened to me before. And unfortunately, you can't change, in like modern games now, you can change the game difficulty at any point in the game. Can't do that. So it's like you're stuck.
Gotta stick to it.
Just gotta,
Yeah. You got it.
I know. Yeah, I'm doing better now though. But that's the first time I've ever had to do that. So I was like, wow, this is fun. This is supposed to be a game, a fun little playthrough. But yeah, it's giving me a run for my money there. Okay, and then what else? I'm trying to think. I didn't watch any more of the Crimson Desert playthrough that I was watching. I meant to, but I forgot. The discourse online about I'm always like hot and cold on Crimson Desert just because there's just so many differing opinions online about it. And Jaja, you sent us a couple videos, and I'm just like,
did you see,
how is this?
You saw the latest one, right? Where the guy is like, this could be the greatest game in the world or a complete dog poop.
The worst game? Yeah. And everyone's like, both are true. And I'm just like, that's not a good selling point. That doesn't make me want to buy it.
That's what I said last week. It's no middle ground no more.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that later.
I'm predicting
But
it's
yeah,
going to
it's
be on the list of Game of the Year contenders.
maybe. I've seen people collecting cats though in the game, and you can put armor on the cats. That's cute. I've seen articles about doing that. You can collect pets, so that's cool. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still out. I'm out on it. But and we'll get to why later.
Do you want to get
Huh?
into
Oh yeah.
to the Crimson Desert section that we were going to talk about?
Yes, we can. So last week I was talking about how Crimson Desert had a lot of mixed reviews at launch. One of the complaints that people were saying is that there's a lack of narrative. So there's not a really great story. People are dubbing it more of like a sandbox exploration game, and like the story is secondary. So one of the bosses at Pearl Abyss, which is the publisher of the game, sympathizes with the disappointment over the story. And he says it would have been nice if we could have done a better job with it. So right now, I think Crimson Desert's at what, like 3-4 million sales, something like that, 3 million, something like that right now. So it's selling really well. But yeah, like I said, the narrative is one of the bigger complaints, and you have one of the bosses here admitting that he knows that they could have done a better job with it, but he said that the production team tried to make up for the shortcomings in the remaining time that they had, but ultimately we focused on strengthening the gameplay, which is what we do best. So they said they ran out of time, couldn't really fix anything with the story, and the story, you got what you got. So I was thinking, because to me, I have opinions about this, but I wanted to get you, and I think we've talked about this at some point in length before, but if gameplay is really good for you guys, does it matter if the story is not there? I would like to know your thoughts.
Me personally, not exactly. I mean, of course, it's dependent. If I'm playing a single player, story mode focused game and the story is bad, like I'm not exactly having a good time. But some games, like if the gameplay is the main focus, so like there's no story to Mario Party, but I mean, everyone always having fun
Oh yeah,
playing that. So I mean, it's situational, of course. But I mean, at the end of the day, I want to be having fun playing the game, regardless of the story being like
yeah,
top tier or not.
yeah. But I guess in a game like this is like a huge open world RPG with hundreds of hours of gameplay, apparently. So to me, it would matter a little bit. Like amidst all the running around that I'm doing in your huge world where supposedly it takes 6 hours to cross the map on foot. In there, I would like a bit of a a bit of a good story. I don't know, just to combat with how much time you can spend in the game. I don't know. I just feel like a good story would be nice. A solid story. So that's just how I feel. Jaja, what about you?
So, in my opinion, it depends on what the problem is with the story, right? So, you could have a bad or quote unquote a story that you don't enjoy. Like it's just you're not enjoying the story experience. But a lot of the complaints from this game I'm hearing is that the story is quote unquote missing. And when you go a little bit deep into it, it's like the connective tissue that is not there that keeps the story flowing. And it's like, why does this guy know that he needs to do this? Like, why?
Mm.
Like, he knows he got to go on these missions, but they don't really explain it, especially in the beginning, I'm hearing. But as the game goes on, you start to understand the story and it kind of starts to flow. But in the beginning, they didn't do a good job of like, I mean, spoiler alert, he dies in the beginning and comes back to life, and they don't do a good job of explaining that and how it happens, and you know so you know um it seems like it's a fixable issue, because they are listening to people, and it would be nice for them to fix the holes in the story. But and then also with this game, like you said, it's 110 hours worth of gameplay. Most of those hours are not like main story quest hours. Those are like, there's a ton of side missions to do in this game. As the employees said from the company, they double down on the gameplay. So that's why there's so much options in the gameplay that people are like, you're probably not even going to get to experience all the different mechanics they've got in the game because there's so much and so many. And the story from before the game came out is like, oh, your faction got broke up, you're going around collecting your faction and trying to build it back up. It's like part of the story is what you make it. This is a sandbox game. Like, your journey is
Yeah.
your journey. You can make your own story. So it depends on your perspective and what you're looking for the game. Some people want to be spoon-fed stories. Some people want to make their own game out of it, make your own content. Like, the game is so robust that, like, it has something for everybody. And then maybe it has too many options for people. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. I kind of view Elden Ring in the same way. Not to say Elden Ring didn't have story. There was story there, I guess. If you pieced it together in the right way, I don't know. But it's kind of the same thing, right? So, I mean, Elden Ring, I had fun playing that, but yeah, there was not really a huge story there that made a lot of sense either. But yeah, I guess it just I do see your point that I guess it just depends on what you're looking for out of the game. There are a lot of people that are enjoying it just because of all the stuff that you're able to do and how much exploration that there is. But to me, I don't know. Exploration would get kind of boring after a while if you don't have any objective. I mean, there's an objective, obviously, but if it's not that strong, then I'm not going to resonate with it. Then I'm just like, what am I doing after hour 95? You know what I mean? I don't know. But just one of the many things, just one of the many discourse that's going on around about this game. So I'm just going to continue to watch the stream that I was watching. I don't think I'm going to buy it. I did go back and forth with it a little bit this weekend because I was looking for something to play after I was frustrated with Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, maybe. But nope. Didn't scoop me. Did not scoop me. I still have my $70 in my pocket. But I'll continue to watch somebody else play it and have fun. But the gamers that are playing it online, kudos to you for all the content you're putting out there, especially the cat content, but not the content where they're taking the animals and throwing them off the cliffs. Have you seen that? Because that's me.
I didn't see that. I saw the cat collection.
Yeah,
but not throwing them
people
off the
have
cliff.
been throwing animals off cliffs. So what is wrong with you guys?
If you let them do it in the game, they're gonna do it. We all know that.
But yeah, you guys know I've said this before. I value a good story in a video game. So if it's not there, it's not gonna really grab me really that much. I just feel
all for putting more wrestling moves in video game action adventure video games like this. I'm so happy you can like RKO somebody in this game.
It seems kind of random. Like it just seems like a lot of things are just moshed up together. I don't know. Like a lot of different fighting styles are like moshed up together and different things. I don't know. Interesting. James, what are you? Are you out on Crimson? Are you ever going to buy Crimson Desert, or is this not for you?
No, it doesn't look like something I would enjoy.
Yeah. Why though? You played Elden Ring and you liked it, so I'm wondering like what's different about this game?
I mean, I haven't seen any compelling gameplay footage that like, oh man, I need to play this. Like Elden Ring, like there was a level of challenge that I kind of wanted to take up to see is it that hard?
Yeah. But people are complaining about the difficulty of this game too. Actually,
I gotta send James the clip of the guy grapple hooking and doing the somersault flip into the enemy base and just. I've been seeing some crazy gameplay clips to this game, and it's very similar to Elden Ring, where you can like run and go get some legendary weapon, and now it's spawning orbs that are blasting the dude at the same time as you're swiping them. Like, I think we should all buy it on Steam and play it for 2 hours. You could return it.
And then return it? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if it's gonna... I don't have a gaming computer, so the only option for me would be to buy it on my Steam Deck. And I don't know how it's gonna run on there, because I've been hearing a lot of things about, you have to have like an optimal setup to run it.
I'm hearing it can run on the handhelds. They have a handheld setup for it. I'm kind of nervous it won't run on my PC.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like that's kind of like another thing. Like, if you don't have an optimal setup, it's not gonna run as well as it could. But who knows? If you do, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll get it on Steam and then play it for 1 hour and then I'll return it. See what happens. But yeah, we'll just continue to follow this as it goes along. People will have their opinions on this game for a couple more weeks to come before we move on to the next thing, I'm sure. All right, let's move on though to, the theme of today's podcast is money. Why do we have to keep spending more of it to do things that we enjoy? So Sony has announced price rises, not surprisingly, for the PS5, the PS5 Pro, and the PlayStation Portal. So the price hikes are going to go into effect on April 2nd. So if you were planning to buy a PlayStation, actually, is this going to be out by the 2nd? Or are we still going to have a day?
That's Thursday, so...
Oh, yes. If you're planning on buying a PlayStation and you haven't done so yet, you should do it before it is $50 more expensive than it is right now. Or if you're buying a PlayStation 5 Pro, $100 more expensive for the base PS5 and $150 more expensive for the PS Pro. Do that before the prices go up. So Sony has blamed continued pressures in the global economic landscape, which we all knew that this was going to happen, and it's why we've seen price hikes in many other areas. The Switch, Nintendo raised the price of their original Switch. People think they're going to raise the price of the Switch 2 as well. Xbox raised their prices also. Like it's happening all over the place. But this is the second price hike of the PlayStation, I think. Yeah. So a PS5 is now $649.99. The digital PS5 is now $600. The PS5 Pro, $900, which is that sounds
Some sick work.
that sounds a little painful, honestly. And the PlayStation Portal is up $50, I think, up to $250 from $200. So yeah, and the last time that they had a price hike was in August of last year. So it hasn't even been a full year yet, and the prices are going up again, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, just gaming getting more expensive all around, which is not great for the consumer. Any thoughts, guys?
Surprised Microsoft right behind them didn't just raise their prices and step on a rake like they usually do.
But they already didn't they raise their prices like a couple months ago?
Yeah,
Xbox? Yeah. That would be kind of crazy if they raise it again.
it's coming.
I mean, yeah. But like, give it some time first. Give it time to sink in.
Exactly.
I mean, hopefully everyone who had thought about buying a PlayStation already has one, maybe, and are just like waiting for PS6 anyway. But yeah, these are pretty significant, especially in the Pro, because I know like people are looking to get. I know there are a lot of people that like upgrade their PlayStation 5s to like, or just any PlayStation in prior. I know people have looked to upgrade to a Pro model, but $900 is crazy. And I know that there's a lot of talks about like, are we moving into the $1,000 console worlds? Like we're talking about it with the Steam Machine, possibly gonna have $1,000 price tag. We still don't know. I still don't think it's coming out. I still think it's coming out with all of this RAM shortage. We'll see. Just $1,000 is just like very, very steep. And that's basically what it's going to cost after you pay taxes on it. It's basically going to be $1,000. And in today's economy, that's just a very crazy number to hear for a gaming console. On top of that, $70 to $80 games. Gaming is becoming, I've said this many times, but it's becoming quite a luxury to be able to game because that is steep.
Yeah, a lot of the one of the selling points for the PS5 Pro was that was for $750, or you were able to get a similar experience to a PC that costs around $1,000, and now that kind of like shortened the gap a little bit. And then if you take into account getting a disc tray with it, that puts it above $1,000. So it's unfortunate, but then we don't even know when the PS6 is coming out. That looks like that's not coming out anytime soon. We haven't heard any news on that. So I mean, we'll see what happens. We all know that they are. I mean, not for nothing. I was kind of expecting this. I know they're hurting money wise. Like I'm trying to see what their plans for the future are, because we don't really know in terms of. We know more about everybody else than Sony right now. So I'm waiting for them to announce like what they're gonna do. So it looks like they're getting their ducks in order, trimming the fat, and we'll see what happens.
Yep. So okay, and then what's this about their dynamic pricing?
Yeah. So apparently people are seeing that in different regions. I don't know if it's per user or per region, but people are seeing different prices for the same thing. And apparently it's out. PlayStation has not commented on it, but people are speculating. They're basing it on an algorithm based on like if you're already spending money, maybe giving you more discounts than someone who doesn't usually spend money in PlayStation, like something like that. But it's not confirmed. But this is just something that people are noticing recently. So that's what the hoopla was about with that.
The hoopla is correct, because that's crazy. If this is true, so I see it comparing like. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at an example in this article. The site shared two screenshots of Stellar Blade, which is normally $70, being sold for $39.89 and $20.99 in Brazil. Is that USD or is that?
I think they converted it to USD. I don't know what they do. They don't use dollars in Brazil, right?
That's insane. I
Pretty
don't.
big difference, right?
Yeah, but how could they get away with that? Isn't that
I'm thinking of it similar to the For You deals Xbox does. Like everyone gets different deals, and sometimes it's like steep discounts, and I don't know what they're basing it on. Maybe they're looking at what types of games you're playing and offer you a discount on a game that they think that you would like. But I don't know. They haven't explained this. That's part of the issue.
Yeah, so it's not too out of the ordinary for companies. I mean, a lot of different companies and even industries do this a lot. So I'm not sure if Nintendo has any sort of dynamic pricing per user. But yeah, Xbox has this kind of thing. Hotels do this a lot. Airlines, I mean, a lot of different businesses, different people, especially in different locations, kind of just charge different rates. So it's called geo arbitrage. So it's something I looked up. And looking up stocks and stuff like that. Like, why can somebody charge different prices? And it's actually it's legal as long as it's not discriminatory based on deception or collusion. So, like, if there is this breaking any sort of anti-consumer laws of like, hey, we suspect this is a black person, let's charge them more, or hey, we suspect this is a disabled person, let's charge them more. Like, they can't do that. But like, if there's no anti-consumer laws being broken, it happens. So, like, you know how people's like, if you're going to buy a flight, buy it on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like
that makes
so. It's one of those kind of things. So it's not like they're like, hey, let's twirl our mustaches and figure out how to get more money out of these guys. It's a like incentive-based pricing sort of thing.
Now that I think about it, that is done all the time everywhere. You're right. Especially like also like when you're trying to call an Uber. If I call an Uber, if I look up at a price on my phone, it's different than my friend who's also looking. It's like I'm paying like they're trying to charge me like $10 more, and my friend is only paying like what I mean? Yeah. So it does happen all the time.
Yeah,
now
theme parks do this, sports, concerts.
Yeah.
Ride sharing. I mean, it definitely like it just happens kind of thing. So
interesting.
This actually is not even happening in the United States. It's globally. So in the United States and Japan specifically, they have stricter laws for like anti-consumer protections. So like, not to say they can get away with this, but it's skirting the line of it's like a gray area basically. So like in the US, you wouldn't have this kind of thing going on currently, but I mean, if they find a way around it, I'm sure they would offer discounts for people that probably aren't spending as much. Like, hey, let's get them to come spend some money.
Well, since it's normal, then I guess it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean,
but
it does still suck, absolutely. But
I mean, it does.
They're not doing anything illegal here.
It does.
Or out of their own.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like dynamic pricing though in gaming, like if you're comparing it to a For You deal on Xbox, I guess it's also a way to like, because if a game costs $70, right? I wasn't going to buy that because I didn't want to spend $70 on it. But now, oh, look, I have a deal targeted towards me and now I'm paying like $35. I feel like that's a way just to bring in a little bit more money because it's like, I wouldn't have bought that game or like I wasn't going to buy that game, but like now I'm going to buy it. And I guess it's a way, I don't know. I can see why it's a thing, but it's just, I guess if it never applies to you, then I guess that's
like of course you want it to work in your favor. But yeah, I mean, even like online stores do this too. Like let's say you add something to your cart but you didn't buy it yet, they might send you like an email like, hey, you left this in your cart, here's a special 5% off kind of thing. So like I mean this kind of thing kind of happens all the time.
Yeah. Consumerism is a weird.
I mean, while we're on the price of like games and stuff, I know we're hopping around a little much, but I think we should get into some of the Switch news that came out about their price changes that were just announced. So apparently, the physical games that come out will be like normally priced at $69 or whatever the game comes out at, and the digital version they're recommending are going to be putting it on their game store for $10 less. And they're claiming that the physical games, this is not the physical games price going up, but I mean, I guess they're adjusting for that, because it costs more to make a physical game than a digital game. And we all know that, just having the physical item is a cost. Shipping and all
right, but I guess but they're keeping the price of the digital game of the physical game the same. They're just lowering the price of the digital game,
right?
But how does that help them? That's a little weird. Are they just trying? Oh, are they trying to like? Maybe they're just trying to have people buy less physical games, right? Is that they're trying to have people buy less physical games because of the cost of production of physical games?
That's what people are theorizing. Of course, they're not going to say that. Hey, we want you to buy digital, but that's what people are theorizing.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. As long as they didn't increase the price of as long as they don't increase the price of the physical game, because that would be crazy. If the physical game is still the same price and the digital game is cheaper, then whatever. If more people are gravitating towards the digital games, and that's better for your pocket because now you don't have to produce as much physical games, go for it. They didn't increase the price. They didn't increase the price. I'm fine with that. Whatever.
And of course, retail businesses can sell it for whatever they want to. So, but that's
Yeah.
their recommended prices.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense to me, as long as they're not increasing their game prices.
Yeah,
That's
it should have
fine.
been like standard from the jump when digital games started coming out. Like they should have just
Yeah,
been cheaper from the jump.
they should have been cheaper because literally it's
So,
it's digital. I don't own it apparently, and that is the problem.
what my question with this is, which hasn't been made clear to me yet, is if you're buying a key card that's just a product key, is that going to be, considered a digital copy or a physical copy?
A digital copy.
But I think they consider it a physical copy right now.
What is physical about it though?
The key card.
But that's not the same thing.
I don't know. I got to do some research to find out if the price of a key card game is, is how it's affected by this. I should have did that before I got on here.
Yeah, so the actual physical thing is, and it comes with like you have to have a key. It's kind of like college textbooks where like you might have the physical book, but to access the online resources, you need the code,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. I was like, okay, I physically have the book, but the stuff that I have to do online with the book, I had to pay the amount that it costs to, I guess, license or whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
So, do you consider that a physical game, or do you consider that a digital game?
So
It's still a physical because I mean the physical is
Is the key? Is the
I
key?
wouldn't say the hardware, but like the device that you need to activate the thing.
So this is the beauty of AI. I just put in Google Nintendo key card price change, and it gave me the whole AI answer of the key cards are included in the physical game copies. So it's the game key cards which contain the download data, through a code, are going to cost $10 more than the digital counterparts. So that's interesting.
Interesting.
And
I just lost my train of thought. Sorry.
I mean, on top of that, apparently the Switch 2 hasn't been doing good in the US. I think we reported on that, but they're cutting down. They're cutting back on manufacturing the Switch 2.
But that's so crazy because isn't it the highest selling console right now in the US?
It had a really fast start.
I wonder. What their target sales were, because when it came out, I thought it was the highest selling console.
They were expecting it to do better than it did, apparently. So, and then we did see a price increase on, all the accessories and everything. So they haven't changed the price to the actual console yet. I mean, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but
So yeah, it was the best selling. Well, so it was the best selling console in the US in 2025. But just because it was the best selling console, it was the only new console out of all the consoles that were currently out. So like that kind of makes sense. I wonder what their sales targets were, because they sold 4.4 million. Actually, it says it was the fastest selling console of all times in terms of launch.
Mhm.
And it sold better than the original Switch. I wonder what their sales targets were. That's very interesting, especially at the $500 price tag that it came out at.
Yeah, it says here in the article they have a target of selling 19 million Switch 2 consoles by the end of the fiscal year, which is for them happens to be March 31st. So
that's globally or in the US?
Doesn't specify, but I would imagine that that's globally.
Well, if they sold what are their global sales right now? Because it's hard to imagine that they're not near that number.
And if they aren't, I mean, I'm theorizing that it's because their first party output hasn't been,
Yeah.
It started off good. You got Mario Kart, you got Donkey Kong, and then it just started to drift off. You Air Riders, Kirby Air Riders, okay. Mario Tennis, yes, that was a good one. I know what Yoshi's Island is about to come out. That should be decent. But
there's some new games rumored to come out soon. We'll get to that in a second. But just real quick, if the AI overview is to be believed, which sometimes it's not, globally, it sold 17.37 million units worldwide. So I guess if their goal is 19 million worldwide, they're still a little bit off from their target. So I guess that makes sense. 19 million for just the US alone sounds a little bit like a fantasy. So I'm guessing that means that they wanted to sell 19 million globally. But they're not that far off from their target, but they are a little bit off from it for sure. So now they are slowing down production. I mean, I think that makes sense, honestly.
Yeah,
better to have it.
I mean, that's how you avoid a price increase, because like if you're not selling as much as you thought you would, like you wouldn't keep producing them at the rate that you were currently doing.
Yeah.
So I mean, and we don't, it just costs more to make the console in general. So if they keep keep making them at the rate that they were, and they're not selling at the rate that they're expecting, like at some point they're like, oh, we got to raise the price on this because it's not doing the numbers we projected.
Yeah. Well, there are rumors. So rumors by a quotes credible tipster who accurately predicted the release date of the Switch 2 and some other stuff was accurately predicted by him, says that next year we should be seeing a new Star Fox game, or not next year, sorry, in the summer, and then a new Mario game, a new Mario game, a 3D Mario game will be here in 2027. And apparently we're also like rumors getting a remake of Legends of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, which many people have been saying, I've been reading comments on this, and a lot of people have been saying that if they make a remake of Ocarina of Time, that's a console seller for them. Like they'll buy a Switch to play a remake of Ocarina of Time. And also a lot of people are excited for a Star Fox because there hasn't been a new Star Fox game in a while. So if these things are to be believed, then they won't make their fiscal year goals, but there will probably be a lot of renewed interest in the Switch. I think also with the release of a new 3D Mario game, will probably hike up interest in the Switch as well. So, have any of you played Ocarina of Time, the original one?
Not to completion.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of people's favorite Zelda game. So, a lot of people are excited about that. If it's true, we don't know if it's true, but that would be cool. Because it definitely is one of the more popular titles. And then what about Star Fox? Any of you guys big Star Fox fans?
I like Star Fox. I don't think I would buy a Switch for that game, but
yeah,
I would be excited that one came out though.
Yeah. What about you, Jaja?
Yeah, Star Fox is cool.
But you wouldn't buy a Switch for Star Fox?
For Star Fox alone, no. But with the lineup that they have, yeah, I would buy a Switch for that and other stuff. My only question is, why is like this a big secret? I understand Star Fox announcing that with the movie. I get that one. But if you're sitting on a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time system seller remake, why are we keeping that a secret? Why are we hearing that?
Because we don't know.
Nate the Hate.
Because it might not be true. I don't know. Who is Nate? I mean, he was credible in recent, like past, but like, how does he, like, how are we to, like, I don't know.
Like,
we don't know.
I'm not even doubting his credibility. I'm doubting Nintendo's strategy. Like we were just talking about how
if it is true,
have slowed down in selling.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have this in the news to see if it will help that,
Yeah. And we just had Zelda's 40th anniversary happen. Oh no, this year is Zelda's 40th anniversary. So you would think that if this game was real, they would just be making a bigger deal out of it. Not to say that they won't be, because the year is still early. So if they're planning on announcing it this year, that would be ideal. It's probably not a secret. They're probably just waiting for the right time to announce it. But if you were looking to hit a sales goal of 19 million units sold globally, that should have been announced at the top of the year for sure.
And are they going to announce Mario Odyssey for 2027 with the movie? Because the movie looked like it's going to have some Mario Odyssey elements in it. It would make sense to announce it with the movie, right?
It would make sense. But the movie comes out on Thursday or Wednesday
it comes out
tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow.
We're going to see Mario.
So it's a little late if they were planning on announcing it with the movie. They should have done that already.
Maybe Nate the Hate is part of their like rollout strategy. Maybe he's getting paid.
I don't know.
Yeah, they usually announce this stuff in like their directs, so there hasn't been a direct in quite a while. So I mean, who's to say there's even a trailer ready? Like at a Nintendo direct, they wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, a Star Fox is coming," without anything to show us and get excited about.
Yeah, well, Star Fox, it makes sense to announce like with the launch of the movie because Star Fox is going to be in this movie, and that's been confirmed. But
like for this
Zelda, to
be given this news with his name on it, stamped like that, he either really knows and Nintendo's in on it, or what? He's just some random YouTuber like guessing or something. Like
he's definitely really good friends with somebody that works at Nintendo. Somebody at Nintendo's feeding him some info, and he's like, "I'm a profit off this for sure." But yeah, I just feel like there could have been a better release or announcement strategy if this was real. I definitely probably would have announced Ocarina of Time like at the start of the year, at the start of the 40th anniversary year of Zelda. Because a lot of people have said that they would buy a Switch for that. So that's going to up your sales. Might as well just sooner rather than later announce it. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see if it's real. I'll believe it when they actually announce it. And then we'll see what that does to the Switch 2 numbers after that. Okay. Any other Nintendo news before we move off of Nintendo? I don't think so. All right. Let's move on to since we're talking about consoles, let's just move on to some Xbox stuff that's in here. So Xbox's new CEO, Asha Sharma, has said that she is looking for ways to make Game Pass more affordable. And we don't know how that is, but this is what she's been telling developers in meetings with them. It's mentioned in this article that she has been meeting with Netflix to talk about some kind of like bundle deal with like Netflix and Game Pass, stuff like that. And then some people are talking about maybe that means like cheaper Game Pass tiers. No one knows what it means, but that's what her goal seems to be right now. Jaja, as the resident Xbox player, I want to know what you think about stuff like this. What do you think about bundles, like bundling Netflix with Game Pass and things like that to justify cheaper pricing, or anything really?
I'm trying to figure out how would that make it cheaper.
It wouldn't. I mean, it would maybe, because it's like, here now you can pay $35 to have both of these things, but is it really cheaper? I don't know. Or does that really make it cheaper, or does it just sound better because it's like I'm getting two things for seemingly the price of one? Because Netflix is basically like $30 now anyway.
I mean, that's a value increase. So I mean, of course you're still paying the same amount, but you're getting more out of your, let's say, $30 a month that you're paying.
Yeah.
And
so that's the point.
She said they're talking to Netflix. That doesn't mean you're gonna get Netflix included in your Game Pass subscription.
No. I'm just saying that's what people are thinking.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe she's talking to Netflix about how they're doing their ads in there because there's supposed to be an ad tier coming out to Game Pass. Like I gotta see how this evolves. I think there's.
How do you feel about that? Wait. Speaking of ads, how do you feel about an ad tier in Game Pass? So like, there's gonna be ads in your video games? Is that what that means?
I mean, if they make it more affordable for people, I don't see why not. If you're willing to go through the ads,
But
I get it.
Sorry, but I'm just trying to visualize what that means. Like, I'm playing a game and then
maybe
it's gonna stop to have an ad play in the middle of me.
I mean, we don't know how they're gonna do it. I would prefer, like, if I had to watch the ad, hey, before you jump into this game, watch this 1.5-minute ad. Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is okay, that makes more sense, because I'm just thinking like you're in the middle of doing something and then an ad just pops up. That is so crazy to think about. So I hope it's not that.
I feel like they have like assets already that they can put into Game Pass that would make it more valuable. Like, for instance, I don't understand why they don't merge the World of Warcraft subscription into Game Pass. That would boost the number of people playing WoW right now and add a huge value to Game Pass and have the WoW players able to now play Game Pass games. Like, that's just a no-brainer to me. Like, why don't I have WoW access with my Game Pass subscription? Microsoft, Xbox, get it together.
They should hire you, right, Jaja?
I mean, I wouldn't mind working for Xbox as a, little advisor, throw us an Xbox Series X, we'll advertise it over here. But anyway, I do want to shout out James, though. Thank you, my brother, for hooking me up with the family, discount. I used it to get I bought 2 of the Xbox Essentials for 6 months. And then, bought a 1-month Ultimate and from CD Keys. And that was like about $90 total. And that might have gave me like 10 months of Game Pass.
Nice.
Where in a year, even on the family plan discount, it costs like $180 right now to get a year.
Ooh.
So
wow,
I don't have enough credit to buy both. So hopefully, my thing, renews in June or whenever it renews, and I could stack the year on top before the prices change again. But I appreciate you, James.
Ads in gaming is very interesting. It's an interesting. Ads are just making their way everywhere. It's a very interesting prospect to think about. But if it makes it cheaper, I'm sure that people are not going to mind 2 ads playing before they boot up their game. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we're forced to now with gaming getting so expensive. But it's just weird. It's a weird environment for an ad to be. I don't know. Or maybe they'll put like a ticker bar at the bottom where it's like the ad would be playing.
Banner ads.
Yeah. I can't decide what's worse. I don't know. But I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens, and we'll see if she can make good on her. She said she's looking into it, so if she can make good on it, then that'll be a good move for her as she starts her journey as a CEO of Xbox. All right, Jaja, talk to us about the Xbox partner preview.
Boy. So yeah, I did watch this preview. I think I caught it live, and it just showed a bunch. Like, one thing I like about Xbox is the variety of games that it has on there. Like, it has something for everybody. They showcased how many games total was in this preview. I know 14 games are going to the Game Pass, and then there were 19. 7 were unseen, 7 were world premieres, and 14 were going to Game Pass. And I think all of them are play anywhere, or most of them are
Mm-hmm.
play anywhere. So
Nice.
in terms of standouts, there was this artificial detective game looked really interesting. I mean, I really don't have any in-depth details to give. All these games look kind of interesting. Nothing was like, nothing overshadowed anything else. It was just like, okay, this looks good. We're getting dispatched. It kind of felt to me like while I was watching it that Xbox was getting a lot of Steam games. And that kind of made me think, like, okay, with Xbox moving more into the PC hybrid category, and
Mm-hmm.
one of the arguments forced in Steam's favor was that Steam just gets a whole lot more games than consoles do. Like PlayStation and
Yeah.
Xbox and Nintendo combined, Steam has more unique games than all of them. So it's like, okay, if Xbox could get access to those games instead of them just going to Steam, they're now going to Xbox as well. That's going to be pretty interesting.
And that's why PlayStation is yanking back their exclusives. That all makes sense to me.
This game, The Expanse: Osiris Reborn, I don't know if any of you played Mass Effect, but
I played Mass Effect for like 2 seconds, then I stopped.
they
So
said
kind of.
this one has a real like Mass Effect vibe to it, and it's getting a lot of hype right now. And it looks really good.
What else? What else are you excited about? I know you said already, yeah, Dispatch is coming to Xbox, so that's cool. So is you guys are getting Hades 2 also, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's releasing everywhere on April 14th. So
Yeah.
currently it's only on Switch, but the rest of the
Mhm.
world finally gets to play Hades 2 come April
Yeah.
14th. I'll be checking that one out for sure.
Can the rest of the world play Hades 1, the first one? Is it available everywhere?
Yeah, it's available everywhere.
Okay. Cool.
So we did get this. It was kind of a feature game, Stranger Than Heaven. It's a very Yakuza style game where you're gonna be in feudal Japan, I think, and it's like 5 or 4 different eras of Japan that you can play in. It's like I forget the exact years, but it's like the early 1900s, from like the 1900s up to like the 1950s, and there's specific years that it focuses on, so the eras and themes are different. And it you know what you get out of your Yakuza game. I don't know if this was made by the same people as the Yakuza people. I don't think so.
Wait, what's the game called?
Stranger Than Heaven.
Oh, okay.
And they even had Snoop Dogg in it doing some martial arts. That's pretty interesting to see what that's about. But
I was looking at this other game that's set in feudal Korea. That's what I thought you were talking about at first.
yeah,
And I was like,
and
wait,
this
no.
is
He said Japan.
it's getting a deeper dive on May 6th. So it looks like a game that's going to be, featured or heavily promoted.
Okay. Oh, is that Snoop Dogg in the thumbnail? That is so weird. Okay. But there's another one there's this other one that I was just talking about. What's it called? Musa Dirty Fate.
Mhm.
That one's taking place in feudal Korea. Also looks kind of cool. Cool.
Yeah, a lot of
You guys
these
are getting
games,
some cool
the
stuff.
gameplay looks cool. Like they all look like something. Like you said, Shannon, I would, I'm willing to play a lot of different types of games, and didn't
Yeah.
see any games that I was like, this is complete trash. Even the Bluey game, it was like, all right, that looks like a cool game for, if I had kids or need to entertain some young kids, that looks like a good
Yeah.
Bluey game. like it's a game that I would sit down with a little kid and, play. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So some good stuff coming up there for Xbox then. Cool. Let's move on to some news. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about layoffs in the video game industry because it's just constant. It's just constantly happening every single day.
This one's a little different.
Constant. I know,
This one's a
but it's
big
just
deal.
constant though.
This one is a huge
I know.
deal.
Well, yes. Okay, go ahead.
Epic Games has apparently
Yes.
fired 1,000 employees. Now,
It's a lot of people.
and for anybody who didn't know, Epic Games is responsible for Fortnite, which is supposed to be the money printing, make it rain, we're killing the game thing.
Yeah.
And to hear that they're not doing good, they're not making as much money as people thought they were, and that they had to fire employees because of it is very concerning. Everyone's chasing this live service model, and one of the biggest hitters in the game is not doing good. So that should, send a message to the industry.
I was surprised to hear that Fortnite engagement is low, because I just feel like Fortnite is as popular as it's ever been, or more popular than it's been before. So I don't know, that maybe that was perception was obviously just very wrong. So, but that's just not what it seems like outwardly. So I was kind of surprised to see that.
Yeah. And we know people are playing Fortnite. I mean, I don't have the stats of who's playing Fortnite right now, but I would imagine a decent amount of people play Fortnite. And how many people do you need to play the game to make it a profitable to make that business model profitable, if Fortnite doesn't have the amount of people needed to play, then, who's going to have that number?
Yeah,
At least
it's paying customers that they're really chasing. So, I mean, if everybody's just on there for free, it's still costing them overhead to keep it running. So.
Yeah, if you're not buying the season passes and you're not doing all this, all that, then I guess, because at the end of the day, it is still a free-to-play game. So if you're not spending money, then I guess they're not doing well, because you're not spending your money. So I guess that's what it is. Maybe people are still playing as much as they were before, but they're just not opening their wallets to all the in-game purchases.
Let me tell you something. Anybody who I've ever talked to about Fortnite is buying skins to this day. All right? They're buying the
but just not
Matrix
enough
Neo
people.
skins that just came out. They buying all the skins. People are spending money in the game. Trust me.
Well, clearly not. They're not spending enough money.
And that's the problem. How much money?
They want you to buy every single skin that comes out. Every one. That's what they want you to do.
Yeah. It's actually insane.
Something's not adding up there. But yeah, it's unfortunate, because it was a lot of people that were let go. So it's roughly 20% of their workforce, basically, this 1,000 employees. So it's very interesting, and unfortunate, obviously. And I wonder, I don't know, again, and I'll always just say, I say this every time we talk about this, the video game industry is a very volatile industry right now. So do you even go back into video games after you've been laid off from your studio? I don't know. I wouldn't. But
your own studio.
Make your own studio.
Yeah.
Yes, make your own game.
Expedition 33.
Stay independent for as long as you can. Don't sell out. But yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and this so V-Bucks price went up starting March 19th, and this news came out a couple weeks ago, but we didn't know why. Now we know why.
Yep, because they're not making money. So there you go. So let's make it more expensive. People aren't buying already because they don't want to spend their money. So let's make it more expensive so that more people will buy it. That makes sense. That seems like the solution to the problem. That was sarcasm, guys.
I'm a little bit nervous for Epic that they're gonna stop giving away the free games that they give away right now.
Wait, what? What free? What are they doing?
I've told you this a bunch of times, that if you go on the Epic Games launcher,
oh right, yes.
every couple of days they give away some free games, and I thought I was the only one doing it, but apparently not. There's been reports that people just use this launcher to download the free game and then nothing else. But yeah,
I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to look up how many games I have in my Epic Store library just from collecting.
Yeah, I've never used the Epic Game Store ever. So I'm probably in the minority. But yeah. But I'm not surprised that you said they're taking away the free games. I'm not surprised that they're doing that.
I'm just speculating, saying I'm nervous that they're going to take away.
Oh, that they're going to.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not bringing in the paid business that they think it's going to bring in, then that could definitely be on the chopping block.
I want to say,
sure.
I could easily probably say it's over 100 games in my Epic library alone, and 95% of them I did not buy.
And there's a problem, Jaja. You're not buying the games. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on this story if it develops, and just about the state of Epic anyway, because apparently, yeah, we'll see what happens next. All right, let's move on to some TV movie news, just because we're ticking up on time and there's still a lot left in here. Okay, so just again in the theme of money, Netflix and Crunchyroll raising their prices. I know I got that email from Crunchyroll that my subscription was going up by $2. I was very upset. And Netflix is also, I think, going up by $2 as well. Netflix, without a doubt, the most expensive streaming service that I'm subscribed to right now. So, because I think I'm on like the mid tier, which is like $26. Which is it's a lot of money for a streaming service. And yeah, and Crunchyroll is now going up as well. If you have multiple streaming services, you're basically paying more than you were paying for cable at this point, honestly. It's quite crazy. In the near future, I can see people like my show. There's 2 shows that I want to watch dropping on Netflix next week. I'm going to resubscribe to Netflix for a month, and then I'm going to watch these shows, then I'm going to unsubscribe, and I'm going to subscribe to something else. I feel like that's kind of the game that people are going to have to start playing, because it's definitely getting way too expensive to have multiple streaming services at one time. More apps need to start bundling, I think, because I'm very grateful for my Hulu, HBO Max, and I forgot what else it's
Disney.
bundled with. Disney Plus. Yes, that's cool for me. I like that. More people should start doing that, because it's too much. It's too much money. Too many things. Do you guys have Netflix? Or are you guys on the paid Crunchyroll tiers, or are you on the ad Crunchyroll tiers?
Paid Crunchyroll. I do. I pay annually, so
Oh, you pay annually.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
The next price I get would be. I think it's sometimes the fall. So
Yeah. I need to start subscribing annually. That's what I need to start doing. That just seems like the better
The
move,
subscription
honestly.
that you love the most.
Yeah, I'm about to that's the move to make, honestly. This month-to-month thing is not, it's not. I'm paying way more money than if I were to just drop the $150 or however much it costs to subscribe
Does
annually.
Netflix have
James is on
a
James is
passive
onto
sharing
something.
tier?
Oh, what?
Do they have a passive
Yes,
sharing tier?
they do.
Okay.
They do. hmm
All right.
That's like their most expensive one.
Yeah, I need to talk to my brother and give him some money for that. I don't know if he's paying for that, but I do have access to his Netflix. It used to be on and off, but recently it hasn't kicked me off in a while, so I gotta go.
Well, yeah. So their most expensive one, it has no ads. Yeah, and you can stream on up to 4 devices outside of your house, I think. Is going to be, it was $24.99. It's going to be $26.99 a month. Yeah. Which is the one that is, they're constantly trying to get me to upgrade to that. And I'm just like, no, stay away from me, Netflix. You will not get any more of my money. But annually is the way to go. It is. Cool. Let's move on. So, did you guys watch the Harry Potter trailer that dropped this week? All right, so we got a trailer for the Harry Potter show, which is coming out on HBO Max, I think next year. Yeah, 2027. Got a trailer for it. The trailer actually looked good, in my opinion. I think so. When I remember when they first announced this show, I was like, why are they doing this? But it makes sense to me now. The show is going to focus on a lot of, if you've read the Harry Potter books and then you've seen the movies, you know that there's a lot of details and things that they have left out of the movies that people that they're seemingly going to focus on in this show, which I know a lot of people appreciate. So I'm looking forward to watching it and seeing what they do with it. The trailer looked good. I think all the characters look good. I thought the visuals looked good. Unfortunately, the racists are out again, and HBO has said that the TV series has a serious security team because an HBO boss has acknowledged that passionate fans and people with a lot of opinions are making their opinions known. And when this trailer released, the actor who is playing Snape, his name is Papa Asidu, and I'm sorry, I definitely butchered that. I'm so sorry if I did. He is a Black British actor, and he's playing Snape, and the internet is not, well, a certain part of the internet is not happy about that, and they've been harassing him and sending him death threats and all this other like despicable stuff. And I just want to say, do we have anyway, we talked about this when they first did like first looks, because people were treating the actor who's playing Hermione also the same way, just because she's a person of color also. But
it's also very similar to the Vivi character in One Piece. This is sad.
Yeah, it is very sad, because again, what do people's, like, Snape being white was not a part of the story at all. Snape could be literally any color. Also, and that's the same thing for like everyone. So people that like take time out of their day to like send death threats to people, do we have nothing better to do with our lives? Do they have no lives of their own? Are they unemployed, just behind a computer, just being miserable all day? I don't know, but it's completely not necessary. Honestly, the behavior is really disgusting and sickening, and I need you people to get a life, honestly. Because what is the reason? The show is not even out, and just because this man is a Black man portraying a previously known white actor, like a white role from I wouldn't even call it a white role. It just so happens that a white person played that role the first time. So now we're mad because a Black person's playing it now. Like, the two things have nothing to do with each other. Let us move on. Let us find something else. Have a life, please. like, I don't know. Just my thoughts. It just made me really angry to read, as it always does, when stuff like this happens. Because it's just like, why? Why are we so upset? Why are we so upset about it? Anyway, now I have to watch. Now, well, I was gonna watch it before, but I'm gonna watch the show even more now. Just saying. And I'm sure he's gonna do a great job as Snape. And I don't know. The trailer looks good. Did you guys like the trailer? Are you guys gonna watch this?
I watch it.
Yeah, James, you're a true Harry Potter fan, like you say.
I won us that trivia that time at MegaCon.
Jaja, are you gonna watch it?
Maybe. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
watch it. I don't know. I've been on the record saying, one, that I'm a Lord of the Rings fan over Harry Potter, but also my Harry Potter fandom doesn't come until like Order of the Phoenix. Like Order of the Phoenix is my favorite Harry Potter movie and probably one of the only ones I've seen in totality. So don't judge me, but
one of the only ones you've seen in totality,
or
what?
that I can remember fully. Because,
Okay.
that's the one when I remember him start using the magic to blast people and fight with. So that's what I was into. But
There was fighting in Prisoner of Azkaban.
there was. But in the early Harry Potter days, there wasn't really a lot of magic.
Yeah. But you might like the TV show a little bit more then.
Yeah,
It might be a little bit more up your alley. Yeah. You should
I
to
do
support the actors of color.
do think that it's cool that they're gonna delve more into like the book details that were missing, and I'm sure our usual channels are gonna do their breakdowns and Easter egg videos on it. So I'll probably
It's
Mhm.
yeah. It's been a long time since I've read Harry Potter. Like I haven't read Harry Potter since I was in elementary school, I think. But so it's hard for me to remember the stuff that was left out. But there are large books if you've ever read Harry Potter, so the movies were definitely like very truncated. So I'm interested to see how they do this. Yeah. And I'll be watching to support my actors of color. Even though J.K. Rowling is a little problematic in her own right, but to support the actors of color, I will watch the show. Cool. We talked about Daredevil. Do you guys want to touch on Sora getting shut down? OpenAI shutting down Sora? Do we have any opinions on that?
They did announce that, huh?
It shut down?
They did announce that. It is shutting down. Yes. Sora, the generative AI video app, is getting shut down by OpenAI. Although this article doesn't explicitly state why it's shutting down.
Go ahead.
No, I don't know. Like, I don't know why it is. Do you know why it is?
I mean, I would have imagined because of all the copyrighted material that it's
That's
like,
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So Disney invested in it and gave them a licensing deal, which they have pulled back now that obviously it's shutting down. I was very surprised that Disney gave them a licensing deal. To me, that sounds really interesting. Like, why would you? It's very interesting to me that Disney would want or give people permission to use their content for generative AI to just make whatever. You know what I mean? So that to me was interesting. And I was a little bit confused by that. So I'm glad that this is shutting down, honestly. Like I said, I am only for AI in the productive space. I'm not for AI in the space of I'm gonna make whatever. It's like hurting a lot of different industries. And I know that Japan, they have come out and said that like this is like hurting like the anime industry and like things like that. So I am for it. I'm for them shutting down. What were you gonna say? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the licensing deal. Like, obviously, I don't know the details, but I can see something like they probably wanted to see what the AI could do, and maybe they wanted to see if they could put use to it, or if it was something.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, Sora's not the only app that does this. So I mean,
it's not
really going to stop the amount of content that's being produced right now that is using copyrighted materials and just revamping it with AI or doing whatever they want to it with AI. The amount of it that's like in social media right now is absolutely insane. Like, it seems like you really need like an AI detector these days to even know if a video is real or not.
I know. We need that, actually. There needs to be like AI transparency. James, what do you think?
I think it does set a good precedent that large companies are partnering up with this to do creative ventures using AI. I think as a productivity tool, it's definitely super beneficial. But if they're like, hey, use our characters to create your content, then we get into some weird spots of like how people should be using it.
Yeah. I am heavily against creativity in the AI sector. I don't like it. But so I'm interested to see what I don't know. I think AI is in a very interesting time right now. So we're just gonna see what happens from here. But I'm all for Sora shutting down.
And it is
I
an
would like to see
interesting
another.
time, especially in this era of where we're at with anime live action remakes and what they're doing with a lot of these and turning them into quote unquote like live action or CGI or whatever you want to call it. It's sad because some of it looks kind of cool, and I find myself watching some of the videos being like, "Dang, that doesn't look too bad. This is kind of what we wanted out of live action anime." But you know,
I
yeah,
refuse.
I get the concerns, and you know, you got to work it out.
Yeah, I had a friend send me. He was like, "Look at this video I made. Like it was like an anime style video, like with AI." And I was like, "I'm not watching it. I'm sorry." It's like, and I didn't watch it. But yeah, no, it's not my cup of tea, and I'm glad it's shutting down. All right. Anything else before we wrap up for this week?
James, you haven't been watching this season of Paradise?
No, I still haven't gotten to that. I need to set a reminder for myself to check it out. How many episodes are out so far? It's probably
We got
2 or
one
3?
more episode
Oh, dang.
Ooh.
that comes out
I
tonight,
guess I'm probably 2 or 3. James missed the whole season.
and that next season is the last season of the show. So
Oh yeah, they did announce the next one was going to be the last one.
Let me binge.
Yeah. I still need to finish season 1. Have not done that. But I
I feel
plan
like
to.
there's a lot more to talk about in terms of just like the show in season 2 than season 1. Season 1 is
Okay.
almost perfect. It was to me. Season 2 has a couple questions.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I need to catch up. I'm gonna set that aside and watch that and watch Penguin and watch all the other things I said I was gonna watch, but I have not watched yet.
It's a good one.
You know, Jaja, it's the end of the month. Have you watched Spirited Away?
You know, not only do I have to watch Spirited Away now, but I have to watch all the Venom movies because
Why? Why?
it's a debate. Someone asked me at my job who I like better, Venom or Carnage, and there was a whole debate, and I chose Carnage, and I was told to watch the Venom movies to see if my opinion changes. So
Have you not seen any of the Venom movies?
negative.
You didn't see Let There Be Carnage?
Negative.
You haven't seen any of them? Not even one?
Negative.
Wow. Okay, that is surprising. You do need to watch them. I agree. Okay. I did not know that you've never seen it. Actually, I did know that.
Actually,
But I thought by now you've at least seen one of them.
I chose. They asked me who was the best symbiote, and I chose no, and it threw them off. And then I chose between Venom and Carnage.
Okay. Well, you have your work cut out for you. You definitely have blurred consumption homework to do. And it is time to do it. It's the end of March. And you said that you were going to do it by the end of March. So I look forward to hearing your thoughts next week. Anyway, thanks for joining us for another week of the podcast. As always, you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Blerdsnerds, follow us on TikTok, Blerdsnerds_pod. Send us an email, blerdsnerds@gmail.com, if you're a creator of color in the nerd space and you want to come on to talk about your work. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're interested in watching us on video. Even if you don't have time to watch our full long episodes on video while you're on the go, just head on over to our page and give us a subscribe. We would appreciate that. And thank you for the continued support on our audio channels. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your podcast app of choice. As always, I'm Shannon.
James.
I'm Jaja.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.